In today's highly monitored world, security cameras quietly record events as they happen, often exposing details that would otherwise go unnoticed. Across Iran, where public spaces are widely equipped with surveillance systems, these recordings have brought attention to moments of crime, strict law enforcement actions. Many of these cases have sparked public discussion by showing situations that words alone could never fully capture. Yogurt attack sparks outrage. On March 30th, 2023, a quiet afternoon inside the store was suddenly disrupted by an unexpected act. A man hurled yogurt at a girl and her mother, leaving both of them stunned and confused by what had just happened. Within seconds, people nearby stepped in. Several customers moved between the man and the two women, focused only on keeping them safe. Someone gently guided the girl and her mother away from the scene, offering tissues and water, while another person firmly told the man to leave the store. The tense moment quickly shifted into one of care and concern. Those around them offered reassurance and support, making sure the women felt protected. Outnumbered and confronted, the man had little choice but to back away and exit. What stood out most was how quickly everyone reacted. Their immediate response prevented the situation from escalating further and showed a strong sense of responsibility towards strangers in need. For the girl and her mother, that support was a powerful reminder that they were not alone. Before we continue, we want to address a troubling video that has surfaced from Iran. The footage appears to show a teacher involved in inappropriate behavior. The exact details of what occurred remain unclear, and the authenticity of the incident is still being debated. If the case is genuine, it could carry serious legal consequences. What do you think? Does it seem real or not? Share your thoughts in the comments. Shocking mosque vandalism, recorded on camera. Shocking CCTV footage from Tehran captures a violent incident inside one of the country's largest mosques on January 8th. A group of masked men dressed in black can be seen entering the building and immediately beginning to destroy the interior. In the recording, one man repeatedly strikes furniture with force, while others move quickly through the space, damaging everything in their path. The mosque appears calm at first, but the scene rapidly descends into chaos and destruction. At one point, one of the masked men notices the camera and approaches it with a metal pole. He strikes the device, cutting the recording short. The final frame freezes mid-motion as the footage abruptly ends. The scene unfolds in real time, highlighting a broader climate of unrest and tension. While surveillance cameras can document such moments, they are powerless to prevent them from happening. A father's final drive. On a quiet street in Iran, an ordinary evening suddenly turned violent. Motaleb Saeed Piru, a businessman who had just finished spending time with friends, was sitting in his car when two trucks pulled up beside his vehicle without warning. Within moments, two armed men stepped out. Seconds later, gunshots shattered the calm. It appeared to be a carefully planned attack that left little chance to escape. In a final effort to save himself, Motaleb managed to drive roughly 240 meters toward his home. Neighbors witnessed the aftermath and rushed to help, pulling him from the car and trying to assist. Sadly, he did not survive his injuries and passed away shortly after. The incident was captured on camera, as the attackers seemed unaware they were being recorded. The footage became a crucial piece of evidence in understanding what happened. On the morning of January 27, 2023, around 8 a.m., things at the Azerbaijani embassy in Tehran took a shocking turn. A man armed with a firearm decided that sneaking into an embassy compound would be a good idea. Spoiler, it wasn't. He somehow got past the guards and launched a surprise attack inside the embassy. Shots were fired, the staff was put in danger, and chaos ensued. In the middle of all this, Orkan Asgarov, the head of the embassy's security service, tragically lost his life. Two other security guards were injured, but thanks to quick thinking and fast action, the situation didn't spiral even further. Iranian authorities wasted no time and arrested the attacker shortly afterward. Early reports suggest this wasn't about politics, more likely a personal vendetta gone horribly wrong. Unsurprisingly, Azerbaijani officials were furious and strongly condemned the attack. Following the incident, the embassy temporarily shut its doors, sending staff back home. Beyond the immediate tragedy, the incident strained relations between Azerbaijan and Iran and sparked fresh concerns about the security of embassies worldwide. Terrorist attack on civilians caught on camera. Security camera footage from Iran reveals the terrifying reality of a terrorist attack on civilians caught on camera, showing how quickly violence can erupt in a public place. In the city of Zahedan, armed attackers stormed a courthouse, turning an ordinary day into a scene of panic and fear. The footage captures people running for their lives as gunmen open fire without warning, creating chaos both inside and outside the building. The attackers targeted civilians and staff, firing indiscriminately and causing multiple casualties and injuries. These moments, recorded in real time, highlight the vulnerability of public spaces during such sudden acts of terror. At the same time, the footage also shows the rapid response of security forces, who moved in to confront the attackers and bring the situation under control. Videos like these are important not only for documenting crimes, but also for helping authorities understand how such attacks unfold. They provide critical evidence for investigations and serve as a reminder of the importance of security and vigilance. Above all, this footage reflects the human cost of terrorism, showing the fear, confusion, and bravery of ordinary people caught in an extraordinary and dangerous situation. Acid attacker gets forgiveness from victim. An Iranian woman showed a very kind act of mercy. She showed mercy towards a man who ruined her life. Amineh Bahrami was a victim of a heinous crime when Majid Movahedi poured acid on her face after she rejected his marriage proposal in 2004. The crime resulted in her being permanently blind and burned. After the heinous act, Bahrami showed a very emotional act. She forgave her attacker, despite the fact that his identity is known, and the crime he committed is undeniable. Under the country's retribution law, the attacker was sentenced. He is to be blinded in the same way, a punishment meant to mirror the harm he caused. The case drew global attention. Especially, it reflected justice being served in a direct and severe form. Amineh chose to forgive him just before the sentence was carried out. Not all such attacks are literally captured on camera. Cases like this are often remembered. Real crime footage exposes the harsh realities of violence. It's not just the crime, but the forgiveness that followed. Her act of forgiveness allowed the criminal to escape. He escaped physical punishment. It proves that humanity can overcome painful injustice. Faces on camera before swift execution. Video footage showed the faces of the accused. 2 Iranian men were sentenced to death. They were given only about 15 minutes to defend themselves. Mohammad Mehdi Karami and Sayed Mohammad Hosseini were identified. They were in connection with the killing of Ruhollah Ajamian. He was a member of the Basij paramilitary force. The incident took place during a gathering. These people had assembled to pay tribute to Hadis Najafi. Prosecutors claimed that a group attacked Ajamian, and the 2 men were described as the main perpetrators. This incident, particularly rare, was the reported use of camera-captured footage. The accused were identified through video evidence. Then they faced a very brief trial. They were given only about 15 minutes to speak. In that time, they had to defend themselves. Then the final decision was made. This case stands out as an unusual example. The camera footage played a central role, not only in revealing the faces of those involved, but also in shaping the outcome of the case. Within an extremely short time, it highlights how powerful visual evidence can be. In modern investigations, it plays a vital role. It also shows how quickly legal decisions can follow. Armed bank robbery in Mashhad. On April 24, 2013, Mashhad, Iran, saw an armed bank robbery that grabbed a lot of attention. The robbery happened during regular business hours, so naturally, customers and staff were inside when the drama unfolded. The suspects walked in like they owned the place, calm and collected at first, which didn't raise too many eyebrows. But that cool composure didn't last long. The calm quickly gave way to chaos once the robbery kicked into full swing. Though the video is short, it's tense enough to make anyone's heart race. It captures the swift, decisive response of the police, who mobilized rapidly to chase down the suspects. The footage makes it clear, public safety isn't taken lightly, and coordinated law enforcement action can make all the difference. This incident is a stark reminder of how unpredictable life in public spaces can be. It also shows how modern surveillance technology turns local crimes into viral lessons for everyone. And above all, it highlights the essential role of law enforcement in keeping order and stepping up when things get dangerous. The infamous case of Pakdasht. Mohammed Bijay carried out a series of horrific crimes between 2002 and 2004. He targeted young boys. It became one of the most disturbing criminal cases in Iran's history. After a long investigation, he was arrested and later sentenced to death for the of dozens of children. His case gained even more attention. It was due to the presence of camera-captured footage. Reports indicate that parts of the public execution in Pakdasht were recorded, making it one of the uncommon instances where a criminal's punishment was visually documented. The footage reportedly showed the tense atmosphere. A large crowd gathered in the final moments. It leads up to the execution. Before the hanging, he was publicly whipped. It was a part of the sentence. A relative of one of the victims attacked him during the process. It reflects the deep anger and grief felt by families. Such footage highlights how rare it is to see the identity of a criminal, and the enforcement of punishment was captured on camera. It serves as a stark reminder of the severity of his crimes, and the lasting emotional impact on the victims' families and the wider community. A crime of silence and control. The social media world is often a mix of what we personally enjoy and what is currently trending. The sad truth is that sometimes this mix can expose us to extremely distressing content, like images or videos of extremely violent acts. A rather disturbing and gruesome incident was captured in Iran in 2022. The city of Avaz in Iran has a public area named Kian Square. It was here that an extremely disturbing event occurred, and a gruesome incident took place. This attracted not only Iranian attention, but that of the world. A man named Sajjad Haydari was spotted in public. He had the severed head of a woman. The victim was his 17-year-old wife, Mona Haydari. This gruesome incident, which can only be termed an honor killing, it was captured and spread across social media platforms. The video of this gruesome incident attracted shock and concern over the violence against women. This incident exposes us to the darker side of the social media world. It reminds us to be more cautious and aware of what we expose ourselves to. Fatal street robbery case. This photo, taken by a security camera outside a cafe in Tehran's Saadatabad neighborhood, shows how quickly an ordinary moment can turn into a crime scene. The man sits comfortably at a small outdoor table, with his drinks and belongings in front of him, unaware that a thief lurks behind him. Dressed in dark clothing, the thief reaches for the man's necklace, taking advantage of the unsuspecting victim. The image highlights the boldness of modern thieves and serves as a reminder that crimes can happen in public places, even in broad daylight. Inside Iran's criminal underworld. In recent years, a troubling pattern has appeared in northern Iran. Criminal gangs openly record and share their actions on social media. That may seem like attention-seeking behavior. It is actually a serious display of power and intimidation. Authorities are increasingly concerned about these developments. Most of these gangs operate in rural areas of Mazandaran province. The members are often young men. Some are trained in martial arts. He later became involved in illegal activities, such as drug trafficking, robbery, extortion, and kidnapping. These groups are organized, with each area controlled by a dominant leader. The videos reveal ongoing rivalries between gangs. They threaten each other and fight over territory, and seek dominance not only for money, but also for reputation. In some cases, members record violent acts, including assaults on rivals, and share them online to spread fear. Police responded quickly, especially during sensitive national periods. Many gang members were arrested, and authorities stated that such content was spreading fear among the public. Citizens largely supported the crackdown. These gangs had created long-term insecurity. These incidents show how crime, violence, and social media are becoming closely connected. That makes law enforcement more challenging. The first female serial killer in Iran. In 2007, the city of Qazvin, Iran, was shaken by a series of calculated murders. Those were later linked to a single perpetrator. The victims, mostly elderly women living alone, were found strangled, with chemicals in their system and valuables missing. Initially treated as isolated robberies, the cases took a darker turn when patterns began to emerge. Footage and witness accounts placed a woman. She was driving an old yellow Renault near multiple crime scenes. She appeared calm and ordinary, making it difficult for her to suspect. This woman was later identified as Mahin Kadiri. A 31-year-old is facing financial hardship. Her method was precise. She approached victims in public and gained their trust, and offered them drinks laced with sedatives. Once unconscious, she strangled them and stole their jewelry. Security footage and physical evidence eventually linked her to the crimes. Her arrest came after a failed attempt, when a potential victim reported suspicious behavior. Authorities discovered stolen items and substances in her possession. Kadiri later confessed. She revealed a calculated pattern of crimes. It was driven by financial motives. That makes this one of Iran's most disturbing recorded cases. The House of Horror. Between 2011 and 2021, a disturbing case in Tehran revealed a series of calculated family murders. It was committed by Akbar Khorramdin and his wife. Their victims included their own children and son-in-law. Each victim was first sedated with sleeping pills, then restrained, stabbed, and dismembered inside their apartment. The remains were placed in plastic bags and disposed of in garbage bins across the city. These crimes were not acts of sudden violence, but carefully planned over several years. Khorramdin claimed his victims were morally corrupt, justified the killings as necessary. His statements showed a complete lack of empathy and a strong desire for control. Security camera footage from the apartment complex became key evidence. It showed him calmly moving bags through the building, behaving normally despite the crimes. This footage, along with forensic evidence, led to his arrest. During questioning, he remained calm and showed no remorse, even stating he would act the same again. The case shocked the public and highlighted how extreme beliefs are, and personal motives can lead to deeply disturbing crimes within a family. The brutal killing of a young wife. In a quiet village in northern Iran, a young woman was killed. Her name was Sarah Shamshadi. She was brutally murdered inside her home. She was a kind, hardworking seamstress in her early 20s, living a happy life with her husband and child. On November 13, 2024, she was alone at home. Someone entered using a key, not a stranger, but a family member. The suspect was her mother-in-law, who had long been jealous and resentful of Sarah, believing she had taken her son away. After an argument about a house that was registered in Sarah's name, the mother-in-law attacked her with an iron rod. She beat her severely and left her to die. She then locked the room and left calmly with the child. When Sarah's husband returned, he found her dead. Police quickly ruled out robbery and focused on family members. CCTV footage and the testimony of Sarah's young son revealed the truth. The mother-in-law eventually confessed to the murder. Reports also suggest she may have been involved in previous killings. Though this is still under investigation, the case shocked the nation and remains legally complicated due to family ties and custody laws. The attack at Shah Cheragh Shrine. On October 26, 2022, worshippers gathered at the Shah Cheragh Shrine in Shiraz. The shrine was busy. People moved between columns and courtyards. A man entered through the main gate. He carried a bag over his shoulder. At first, he blended with visitors. Then, he pulled out a firearm. Shots rang out across the courtyard. People ran in all directions. Panic spread quickly through the halls. Security guards and local police moved toward the disturbance. The attacker tried to advance deeper into the building. Minutes later, he was stopped and arrested. CCTV footage later captured the incident, his movements, the timing of each shot, the reactions of worshippers. Investigators used the footage to reconstruct the attack. Every step was analyzed. The incident showed how quickly chaos can unfold in a public space. The attack shocked the local community. It remains one of the deadliest recorded assaults at a religious site in the region. Morality police assault caught on CCTV. In August 2024, two young women were confronted by uniformed female officers in a public area. The officers accused them of violating Iran's dress code. The women tried to respond. The officers used physical force. One woman was pushed to the ground, the other was restrained. The first woman was dragged toward a patrol vehicle. Officers lifted her into the car as bystanders watched. Phones were raised to record the incident. The doors closed and the vehicle drove away. The second woman remained under restraint nearby. Video footage of the event circulated widely online. It shows the confrontation, the officers' actions, and the reactions of bystanders. The incident lasted only a few minutes. It highlighted the risks women face under strict dress code enforcement in public spaces. The event drew attention nationally and sparked discussion on enforcement practices. Security camera footage does not merely depict crime, it holds the rawest form of reality. In the context of Iran, the footage does not merely depict crime scenarios, it holds the scenario of the system itself. Though the footage holds evidence of crime in some scenarios, it holds the power for the global audience in other scenarios. Thus, with the evolution of technology, the footage will hold significance in the context of power and the unseen scenarios.